Well, how are you doing? I hope you have caffeine to keep you going for the rest of the day. Well, as Perez said, I'm Sabrina Bonini. I'm a Meta Campus contributor. I'm also a leader of one of the channels that touches more on industry and branding topics. But I also have my own company called Crypto is Culture, and I help initiatives or Web3 companies to communicate through education and effective written content. So we're going to talk about how the leading NFT brands or collections are already competing with traditional brands, with your brand. So I want to start with some news news headers. Pudgy Penguins debuts on Amazon with about £5.5 in sales, $500,000 in sales. Doodles gets $54 million in funding to do stuff with music, gaming experiences. And Bored Ape Club goes over $1 billion in sales. Well, this could be, if you don't know, it could be any kind of brand, maybe any traditional brand that is venturing into music, into gaming, that is selling products on Amazon. But these are actually all NFT brands. They are NFT collections. And, they are collections and brands that until recently, even today, are considered as a laughing matter. They are digital art in quotation marks. They are JPEGs that anyone can download and that only a few crazy people like me paid for it. The reality is that although they may have started that way, a little bit without a future or without thinking that they could become what they are today, that they are brands that are really competing with traditional brands because the success they have had has led them to be multi-million-dollar brands. So they are not JPEGs. They are really multi-million-dollar brands that must be taken into account. So let's see. Today's session is a little bit more educational, okay? What makes them different? So that you understand a little bit this revolutionary change that's happening in branding. Mainly, above all, the most important thing is that they are community-driven, okay? The community is very important in Web3. It's what is changing the most, let's say, in the branding world. They are also building in the openly. And what that does is that they drive the community to participate in building the brand, right? To lead them to a future that is important to them as well, and that is not only important for the brand. So this is a shift that's a pretty major change from what it is traditionally, right? The brand that is always top-down, and now it's all more horizontal, let's say. And we are no longer calling consumers, we are calling community, right? It is our community. They are also different in that they are very innovative and have an approach, let's say, a digital thinking, digital first, although they are doing things in physical that we are going to see. But, well, they are constantly experimenting with Web3, with technology, to see how they can connect with their community, with their public, in a slightly more interesting way, right? And this is reaching younger generations, even millennials who are not so young, but we already have a little more money to spend on these innovative brands. And then a very interesting thing is the IP issue, the intellectual property. What they do is to open it so that anyone in the community, for example, a holder, that is, who is part of the community with an NFT, for example, can create their own services, their own products with the brand of that NFT, right? And this is very powerful to, let's say, build a community, connect with that community, and that community is driven by the success of the brand itself, isn't it? So it's something that works for both parties. And finally, they are creating, as we have already seen in the other talks, phygital products. which can be considered as digital products and also have a physical copy, but they are also making experiences or products in the digital world and other things in the physical world. And that is also a very interesting thing that we are going to see that some brands are doing. So I'm going to talk about several, which are a little bit the most popular ones. You all probably know this one, and if you don't, you're going to know it now. They are the Bored Apes, Bored Ape Yacht Club. And well, it is one of the brands, as I say, the best known, the ones that boosted a little bit the NFT boom of the 2021. And what are they? Well, whoever has one of these NFTs, basically, it's like a membership pass, a membership to access different activities, initiatives, products that this brand has. And the interesting thing is that you have the commercial rights, what we have said, the intellectual property to use that image in whatever you want, basically. This particular brand has reached 3 billion in profits just selling the NFTs, which for an image of monkeys is quite interesting. And then other interesting points, on the one hand, they have built their own metaverse, which is called Other Side, which is getting quite a lot of buzz. And they also collaborate with other NFT brands, Web3. And interestingly, they have Gaio Seari, who, if you don't know him, is the representative of YouTube, Madonna, and so on. He is representing this brand, and this is important because what he does is to help them in those efforts to also reach the mainstream. Then what he does is to connect it with the world of film, television, music, entertainment, and then they do different things in the more traditional world thanks to this representation. This is their website. It is a club. You go into the club, you log in with your wallet, and that's where you can access all the things. And they have an interesting thing, which is another platform, which is this Made by Apes, which what it does is to facilitate this issue of intellectual property. That is, it gives you a license in a way, well, through the blockchain, you connect with your wallet. If you have a Bored Apes NFT, you can ask for a license. And then each licensed product is original. It has like the original seal of the Bored Apes. And here, well, it helps to prevent counterfeiting and this kind of thing. Another interesting brand, a bit different, is World of Women, which obviously is more driven for the female world because there was very little representation in the beginning. And, well, it was created by a female artist who wanted to see that representation, and it is the same. It is an exclusive access to different things. In this case, they make products, give discounts. They are very much for the promotion of digital art. Then they help a lot to make art visible, to make it accessible. Then they give away pieces of digital art and collaborate with artists. And also they open their intellectual property so that the holders can do what they want with that image. They also have a DAO and a foundation that helps them is to keep the community a little bit involved, especially in the future of the brand, which is what we were saying before, which is an interesting thing. Well, they have also made a few million, and they are also represented by Gaio Seari. And in this case, they have managed to make a partnership with Reese Witherspoon, who is an actress and producer, to make content for film, television, etc. And recently they have launched with Hasbro an exclusive monopoly with the IP of World of Women for holders. This is one of the exclusive things. They did a gala just for holders where Madonna was. They did an interesting concert, this kind of collaborations that can be done. This is a little bit of a monopoly teaser, and this is a collaboration they did with a fashion brand that is close to them. Another interesting brand that I really like is called Doodles. These are these colorful drawings. What is interesting about this project is that it is a DAO. That is, what it means is that each holder has a say a vote in what is done in this brand, and they have already done different things. They have even voted to scale the team, different initiatives, etc. What they want to become is a Web3 entertainment brand. They are very clear. They are no longer called NFT Collection. They are an entertainment brand. They have also taken more than $600 million. And here, the interesting thing is that they have hired Pharrell Williams, who is also someone well known. He is an artist, producer, musician, who is their chief brand officer. This is instrumental to reach the masses, and through him, they have also been able to make different collaborations, such as these Crocs that are limited only for holders, very interesting, and they have also made like a real world for children, for families, which is all with the theme of Doodles. So they are experiences in the real world that are not only in the digital world. Another brand that's also very family friendly and fun is Pudgy Penguins, and they're doing a ton of stuff lately. They are a community. Interestingly, this community voted the original founders out of the brand, out of the project, basically because they didn't give the community what they promised them, and also they spent all the money they got from the sale of the NFTs, and the community said, bye-bye, we don't want it. So it was bought by a person from the community, an entrepreneur, for $2.5 million, and this person has turned the whole brand around. This is also an exclusive access to different initiatives, products, etc. And they have created, and thanks to here that I have here, the little doll, the Pudgy toys, which are real dolls, of the Festos. They are hard. There are also stuffed animals, etc. I can't put it here because it falls. But well, they have created that physical products that are not only in their own online store, but also in Amazon. And since yesterday, they are in 2,000, I think it was 2,000 Walmart stores. That is in the United States. The largest store in the country is now accessible to all. Then the interesting thing about this is that they are not just toys. This comes with a certificate of adoption, and this has a QR that you scan, and it takes you to the digital twin, like the digital twin of your Pudgy Penguin. Then with this, the Pudgy Penguin has these traits. It has the glasses, the hat, skins. Then they give you, just by putting your email, they make you a wallet that you do not know it is a wallet, but they make it, and you have your NFT, which is the Pudgy Penguin, equal to your physical one. And with that, you can do different things. And, well, it is very interesting because they are also taking Web3 to the masses without. They don't have to say it's Web3 or anything. They just give them benefits that they couldn't before. And, well, they have also sold a few million. These are the toys, as you can see on Amazon. And one last brand that I wanted to talk about, this is more focused on gaming, because also this gaming with NFT, we have already seen it. It is very big. Overlord is a brand that is sold as story-driven, meaning that it tells stories. Then they also changed the name of another NFT collection called Crips, with the intention of leaving the NFT world and making this ecosystem or brand more about gaming and media. Then they are making immersive games, stories, worlds, different virtual worlds, and they are getting into different areas such as gaming, fashion, music. In short, everything. They have also raised a few million, and they are also trying to bring the blockchain in an invisible way. That is simply making the benefits and not talking about blockchain, and simply using its benefits, make it in an easy way so that everyone can take advantage of it. This is the brand of Crips, which also has this look more of gaming. Well, and finally, I want to talk to you that the consumer, how the consumer is behaving is also changing, and this is important to understand. On the one hand, there is a desire for exclusivity, which is not new, but in the digital world, this has been difficult until now. Now you can do exclusive things, ensure transparency, ensure that it is yours, that it does not belong to anyone else. It is also valued, of course, the community. It is what is most valued. It is the heart of Web3. It is no longer a byproduct, let's say, but it is an integral part of the brand, and it is very important. And you are no longer buying products. You are buying values. You are buying to enter a community, etc., to enter a movement. Also, digital ownership and provenance is important. They are also looking for that, to have proof of ownership, to have transparency, what I said before, to see the history of that digital asset you have. And as I said at the beginning, they are not only JPEGs, but they are also to own a history and a product that has a history itself. And finally, decentralized branding is basically giving back the power to the community and letting them have a little bit of voice and vote in the future of the brand, not so much from the top down, but more horizontal. And well, that also brings a world of possibilities and perspectives to both sides, to the brand and to the community. So, well, the reality is that your brand can be left behind unless you adapt it to this new ecosystem and do it now, because Web3 is not coming. Web3 is here. It is advancing at inhuman speeds. And these brands that we have seen, and like many others, these are a few, but there are many more, are at a point where they really have an advantage in this new world. And as the web, the internet moves towards Web3 more generally, these brands are going to be much more advanced than traditional brands. So it is a bit of a call for you to take advantage of these opportunities and be part of the future of the brand. Take advantage of these opportunities and be part of the construction and not just observers. So what would your brand look like if you were to adapt it, but also succeed in the Web3 world? A little bit of what we've seen throughout the session. It would be a brand that is community-driven, that is openly built, that drives innovation, that is digital first, that has digital products as well, that has open IP, open intellectual property, that creates both digital and physical products, that drives exclusivity, ownership, provenance. And finally, that acts as a decentralized brand. So in closing, I want you to think a little bit about this question. If you have any brand, any company, how can your brand leverage these principles of community, of exclusivity, and decentralized branding? And most importantly, from here, if you take one thing away, is to forge a path that is not just selling, that is something more, which is what the new consumer is looking for. So, well, that's it. Thank you very much. Connect with me, please, on LinkedIn, and thank you, Meta Campus, for having us. Thanks to you.